Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving to one of the key things that we have here, the keynote address. And to give us a keynote address, we have Emmanuel Odartey Lamptey. I'm going to read his profile. Mr. Emmanuel Odartey Lamptey is a seasoned banker and chartered accountant with over 20 years multinational experience working for listed companies in corporate and retail banking, asset management, securities brokerage services, pensions, insurance, and microfinance with operations in over 30 African countries. He is currently Deputy Managing Director Operations and member of the Board of Directors at GCB Bank PLC. In his current role, he supervises banking operations, information technology, and customer experience unit, among others. He is also a non-executive director at Vivo Energy Ghana Limited. Mr. Lamptey started his career in June 2000 at KPMG Ghana and thereafter worked at Sterling Bank Limited in Ghana and Standard Bank Group in South Africa. He joined EcoBank Ghana in 2011 as Chief Finance Officer, Anglophone, West Africa, and progressed to senior positions within the EcoBank Group as Chief Financial Officer, Corporate and Investment Banking, and later to the position of Group Head in the Finance Department. Mr. Lamptey also worked at Alexander Forbes Group Holdings in South Africa. He has a Bachelor of Commerce degree from University of Cape Coast, Ghana, and is a fellow of the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, United Kingdom. He is an alumnus of Harvard Business School, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, if I grow, I want to be like Mr. Emmanuel Odartey Lamptey.
We all do. A round of applause as he even approaches the podium. Let's
a round of applause for you, please.
Thank you.
Good morning to you all. I'm really excited. Sometimes when you're invited to come and give a speech and they read your profile and you listen to it, you said, oh wow, God has really brought you that far. Thank you very much. I think our MCs deserve a round of applause. Maybe first off, I'll say that apologies from Mr. Kofi Adomako. I'm not that huge. You see, I'm very slim. Most of you know my boss, Kofi Adomako, who is the managing director of the largest bank in Ghana. He would have loved to be here, but due to some business reasons, he's asked me to stand in for him. But I didn't come alone. I have my head of HR. I used to supervise HR when I joined the bank as Deputy Managing Director of Operations. Kobna is here with me. Kobna, you want to just give them a show of hands? I'm told he's on a panel. So I'm expecting an award, so maybe host and win, right? I also came with my business manager, Felix. Felix is in my team. One of the few people that we have in the bank, a number of them actually, he's got 2 masters in natural science and all of that, and then a freshly qualified accountant, Sandra Mensah, and it's all part of what we are doing at GCB Bank. We take very seriously our agenda, call it diversity and all of that. So we put in a number of programs, and as I deliver this speech, I'll share a few thoughts around what we are doing within that space. I believe agility is not only about mindset change. Thanks very much. That was very insightful. Thanks very much for those earlier points. And then also George. I think George, I don't know where he's dialing in from, whether the US, but he's raised some very fundamental points as well. The need for continuous improvement, the need for corporate governance and continuous development and improvement in corporate governance. Now, coming back to what we've got to deliver for today. Agile HR, adapting to business change. A phrase that captures the essence of our times, where the only constant is change. The only constant is change. Whether it is a rapid pace of technological advancement, shifting the economic landscape, or evolving workforce dynamics, one thing is clear. The HR function must lead with adaptability, foresight, and resilience. Guest of honor, I think represented by Professor Samuel Entry, the executive head of the HR Center, Pearl Tehoda, the jury planning commission, from the sponsor as well, distinguished guests, esteemed industry leaders, invited HR professionals, and practitioners, ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute honor to stand before kind invitation. Thanks very much for your kind invitation to delve into this critical theme that resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities for HR leaders. I am particularly thrilled to share this stage with Samuel Enchi, Professor Samuel Enchi, represented, I think, by Professor Kweku Mensah Mauto. I'm very, very, very excited about that. Prof, your attendance here underscores the importance of the connection between academia and the industry in shaping the future of HR. I really look forward to an enriching exchange of ideas as we explore this topic, agility in HR. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin by taking a step back. HR in its earlier form was very transactional. In most organizations, the function revolved around personnel management. I remember those times we used to call it personnel management. And all of those names, personnel management, many other names followed suit. The function revolved largely around hiring, payroll, and ensuring compliance with internal policies and relevant regulations. In those times, I remember very well, you go into an executive room, it's only when it comes to human resource topics that you do find HR coming alive. It has changed significantly, and we are impressed. There's really further room for improvement, but I think the function has made significant improvement over the past years. Still in the early days, coming back to that topic, some years ago, HR functions rely entirely on manual processes. Some even had their own archival departments and all of that. Everything from leave applications to promotions manually. While HR was very operational, it lacked a strategic and transformative approach. And that is why we are here this morning to challenge ourselves to become more agile. And Pearl said it earlier on that it's about mindset change. Fast forward to today, we live in an era where HR is no longer just a support function, but a strategic enabler or partner for business development and growth. Modern HR is expected to play a leading role in shaping organizational culture, driving employee engagement, and aligning talent capabilities with business strategies and goals. Let me talk a little bit about what we are doing at GCB. For example, at GCB, Ghana's largest indigenous bank, we operate, I thought you were going to give us a round of applause. After having supported Ghana for the past 7 decades, we celebrated 70 years last year, supporting the Ghanaian economy through tax collections for the government, providing SMEs with various finance through our very expansive branch network. We have over 184 branches. We've also got the largest ATM estate in the country. Yes, I must use this opportunity to tell a little bit about Ghana's #1 bank. But coming back again to this. Yes, indeed, we operate in a highly competitive and dynamic industry. Thanks to Kwabna and his team, our HR team plays a critical role ensuring we attract, develop, and retain the best talent. Over the past 4 years, as part of the bank's strategy, we have significantly enhanced our HR function by implementing digital HR platforms, embedding robust performance management systems, and introducing leadership development and succession planning programs. These initiatives have been transformative for the bank. Ladies and gentlemen, today's world is characterized by disruption, uncertainties, and many challenges. There are many things on the horizon. We've seen the elections in the US, its impact on global trade tensions, geopolitics will play out as we progress into the next year. The COVID pandemic showed us the importance of agility. Suddenly, remote work was not a trend. It was a necessity. HR had to quickly adapt, ensuring employees had the tools, mental health support, and flexibility to remain productive. Now let us imagine the future of HR. What lies ahead? The future demands even greater agility, especially as artificial intelligence, automation, and new ways of working reshape the business landscape. For HR, this means thinking beyond traditional frameworks. How do we prepare for jobs that do not yet exist? How do we cultivate leaders who can thrive in ambiguity? How do we ensure diversity and inclusion are not just buzzwords, but core to our business strategy? At GCB, we are asking ourselves these questions. And I believe most of us here in our various institutions and corporates, we're also asking ourselves some of these questions. We must explore predictive analytics for talent development and management, develop succession planning strategies that prepare future leaders, and embrace hybrid work models that prioritize outcomes over office hours. One of the standout stories from our HR department has been its ability to foster meaningful engagement across all levels of the organization. We have 4,000 staff at GCB Bank, and our HR team has been very instrumental in even driving or cascading the strategy that we've played out over the past 4 years. You can imagine this took it over 18 months, Kwabena, I think so. It was well the effort, where we wanted each and every staff member, contract, permanent staff, to understand and own the strategy. So we co-created it together, and I think, Kwabena, thanks to you and your team. One of the standout success stories from our HR department has been its ability to foster meaningful engagement across all levels of the organization through regular virtual HR clinics and physical engagements with business heads and our workforce of over 4,000 employees. The department has significantly enhanced employee engagement and experience. Please clap. If you want, feel free to clap. These efforts have not gone unnoticed. Our most recent internal survey reflected high praise for HR's transformative initiatives, underscoring their direct impact on the bank's overall performance. A particularly innovative achievement was launching an initiative last year in collaboration with our Chief Digital Marketing Office to engage Gen Z customers on the bank's new recoded mobile app. I really encourage all of us here to download the app. I think it's the market-leading one currently we have in Ghana, and we'll continue to improve on that. So please feel free to download it. You can get it from the Play stores and all of that. The feedback from these interactions prompted an overhaul of our social media engagement approach, yielding remarkable improvements in our customer experience. I am pleased to mention that a similar engagement was conducted this year, and I eagerly anticipate the insights and opportunities it will uncover for further enhancing our services. Success stories abound across Ghana's economy, not only at GCB, highlighting how companies have adapted to the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity of our times. At GCB Bank, we see disruption not as a threat, but as an opportunity to innovate, refine our processes, and connect with our clients in unique ways. It's all part of our vision to remain the leading bank in all our markets. From creating the wholesale and investment banking department to radical shifts in our retail business model to be more sales-focused, GCB has been on a transformative journey. We have made significant progress in our digital transformation agenda, supported by targeted investments, and prioritized our graded assets, our people, through talent acquisition, upskilling, and reskilling. At the prestigious 35th National Marketing Awards, organized by the CIMG, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana, GCB was crowned the Marketing-Oriented Bank of the Year. This recognition not only affirms our leadership in digital banking, but also highlights our ability to deliver innovative solutions tailored to the needs of modern clients. We ranked first in the banking sector and 10th among Ghana's 100 most prestigious companies by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. These achievements, I've had to share them with you because They are a testament to the agility and foresight of our HR team and leadership. We are nurturing future leaders who are driving innovation across the bank. Our efforts in diversity and inclusion have ensured that GCB remains a place where talent thrives, regardless of gender, background, or experience. I would also like to mention that we have recorded the highest number of staff attending the Female Leadership Program organized by the Ghana Employers Association. Now, turning back, please feel free to clap. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Why Agile HR matters? Let's talk about it now. Why Agile HR matters? It's about the team at Agile HR adapting to business change. Why should HR be agile? Pearl shared some thoughts about that, which I fully agree with. It's a mindset change. The answer is simple. Because change is inevitable. And agility is the difference between thriving and simply surviving. Imagine this. Let's imagine this. A sudden economic downturn that forces organizations to restructure overnight. HR must manage layoffs. Is one thing I don't like hearing, layoffs. HR must manage layoffs with empathy while retaining critical talent. Also imagine this. A technological disruption that introduces AI-powered tools that eliminate certain roles. We should have planned for it already. HR must reskill and redeploy employees swiftly. Now let's come to the last one. Let's imagine this as well. A global crisis like a pandemic that disrupts operations. HR must innovate remote work policies, ensure employee well-being, and maintain productivity simultaneously. It's a very key one for all of us, productivity. Agility means anticipating change and creating sustainable value to all stakeholders. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to thrive in the ever-evolving business landscape, HR must reimagine its role. In today's world, it is important to position HR as a strategic partner and embed agility into every facet of the organization. This will enable HR professionals to become indispensable drivers of sustainable growth and adaptability. By leading and embracing change, fostering innovation, leveraging data and analytics. This is one area I will encourage all of us to invest in, data and analytics, not just pulling the data together, analytics, insightful analytics that can lead to actionable steps for a business. And contributing to business growth, risk management, corporate governance. HR has a critical role to play in all of these things. Corporate governance. Most of you here as HR leaders, you work closely, I'll call it number 2, to your CEOs, your board, HR committees, and all of that. It is very important that you continue to remain strategic partners, people who have strong commercial acumen, people who are widely read, from geopolitics to economics to finance to ESG and many other matters. HR has a very key role to play there. This is important so that HR professionals will be able to effectively support the organizations to navigate the complexities of the contemporary business landscape and achieve success. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't spell the word hero without HR. I think I would like to be certified. I heard the MCs talking about SPHR, all lot of them. Maybe after this course, now you may give me the papers. I can get myself certified. Behind every great business story, every moment of resilience, and every act of innovation lies the unseen work of HR professionals, guiding, supporting, and inspiring teams to rise to the challenges of our time. HR is no longer just a function. It is the heart and soul of organizational agility, enabling businesses to adapt, thrive, and make a meaningful impact in a constantly changing world. So, as we embrace the call for Agile HR, let us remember the heroism in what HR does every day. Shaping the future, one person, one team, and one bold decision at a time. In conclusion, I would like to encourage business leaders and HR professionals to continue to invest in their HR functions. Let us commit to building agile and forward-thinking organizations together. Thank you.